Hi, I'm Laura Flanders of The Laura Flanders Show. Watch every week on Free Speech TV, Link TV, YouTube, or if you're in New York, CUNY TV. Prefer to listen? Subscribe to the free podcast at lauraflanders.org. I end every week with a commentary. I call it the F word. Here's this week's. 20 years after Turtles and Teamsters teamed up to battle the WTO in Seattle, labor strikes and climate strikes are coinciding everywhere but in the media. And that's dangerous. If history is any guide, any minute now some two-bit pundit or shameless president will pit workers against environmentalists, and that would distract us all from the real problem, the rich and the greedy, and a value system that only cares about profits. Last Friday, as 4 million young people marched in the world's capitals for action on climate, countless more were on the picket line supporting auto workers who are out on strike. Both sets of strikers have guts and smarts and a righteous sense of urgency, but the latters had a fraction of the coverage, so let's be clear, they're all on the same side, the side of a future that we can actually inhabit. Almost 50,000 workers went on strike at General Motors September 16th after management and UAW union negotiators failed to agree on a new contract. GM has bounced back from a recession thanks to a taxpayer bailout, government tax breaks and contracts, and a brutal restructuring of the workforce. Now, even though the company's made $35 billion in the last few years profit, they want concessions and yet more plant closures and layoffs. This strike, the union's first in more than a decade, is about a contract, wages, and health care, and the exploitation of temps. But it's also about communities. When wages are driven into the floor and the tax base shrivels or factories close, everything from the local school to the local fire department and the water system take a hit. The health and wealth of the place and its people are sucked out to make far-off CEOs and shareholders rich, and it's not good for the people or the place. Working people all across this divided nation have seen it, and that's what's drawing them to round-the-clock picket lines in places like Flint and Detroit and Toledo and Buffalo and Canton, as well as Wentzville, Missouri, Bowling Green, Kentucky, and Arlington, Texas. Sure, there could be ways, and there are union plans, to transfer those closed plants to green production, light rail, electric batteries, buses, you name it. My personal favorite would transfer the plants to worker ownership. But the big point is, those places are dear to those residents, even if they're of no consequence to the big money's media. Know a union worker, or better yet, be one, and you've seen the toddlers on the line and the kids carrying signs, the same sort of signs with the same sort of messages you'll see all Climate Week. We want a future we can live in a society that values people and the planet, now and coming up. Call it climate protection or community protection. It's the same struggle, the same fight, and don't let anyone tell you different. For the Laura Flanders Show, I'm Laura. You can find all our programming and find out about our plans for this coming election year at lauraflanders.org, and to join our community of supporters at patreon.com/The LF Show. That's patreon.com/The LF Show. And thanks.